Yeah, this Omar and just on here discussing the trade that sent Chubb to the Dolphins for some picks and Chase Edmonds. As reported from Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero, it was Chubb going to the Dolphins for a first rounder that they that Miami sent over there, which was the 49ers pick. And the Dolphins, they also sent the 2024 fourth round pick and running back Chase Edmonds. The Broncos, they get Chubb as well as a 2025 fifth round pick. And so my thoughts on it is I mean, it's all right. Everybody's sizing it like, oh, wow, that's a big move or whatever. But I mean, Chubb really has been a regular a regular dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he only went over double digits as far as sacks go once in since he came into the league. So people might be like, oh yeah, the name sound good, but um, that to me it just looked like it's just he's all right. He is a situational player. His best year was his rookie year where he had 12 sacks. Aside from that, he kind of rotate each year. From one year he might have decent sacks, and then another year, he might have, like, no sacks. And I mean, if you look at the games he played. All right, last year, he played only 7 games, and then 2019 he played 4 games. So both of those years he was hurt. But the games that he started, every single or majority of the season, he's been okay. You know what I'm saying? So right now he has 5.5 sacks. I can see the Dolphins doing it because 5.5 is will be the team leader as far as sacks or whatever, because they don't really generate enough pressure on a consistent basis. But I don't think it's like earth shattering. If you ask me, they run a 3-4, so maybe that'll be better for him. Because he do seem like a guy that he needs another guy on the other side to generate pressure so he can get more one-on-ones. But if you tee off on him and you got to double team him, I think he's a non-factor. So I looked at it and everybody was like, oh, wow, Bradley Chubb got traded. And I'm like, if you really look at the numbers, I mean, it ain't really, much. You know what I'm saying? I think you gave up more than what you got back. You know what I'm saying? Like that first rounder is definitely, well, I think Denver needed it because they ain't got no picks because of the Russell Wilson. So I get that. They need to get a first round just in case they have if the season continue the way it's going, and they don't even be in playoff contention. So I could see them trying to just steal a first rounder off of somebody. But that's basically what I think it is. They stole a pick from the Dolphins, and the Dolphins was like, you know, like they said, F it, like, let's just see, it might be some, it might not be, but they just rather, attempt to maybe generate another pass rusher in that defense. So as far as long term, we'll see, like in the next few years. But right now, I mean, Chubb ain't really he's been I'll say somewhat of a disappointment if you ask me. I mean, he was drafted, he was drafted pretty high, and he hasn't consistently given you, double digit sacks per season. Like I said, this year is possibly his year where he could potentially get double digits again. But like I said, he was in a better defense, so his likelihood of achieving that was probably higher in the Denver defense. But we'll see. Because like I said, I don't see him on a consistent basis beating double teams. Like I think if you throw a solid tackle, not even an all pro at him, he's not gonna really do too much. But that's just my opinion on it. All right, thanks for listening.